Just over the years, there have been code words to refer to the black woman as angry. Somehow every black woman is just gonna come and cuss you out or just do something crazy.
We don't even get to enter into the conversation, and I think that that's unfortunate. I'm Mel Mobley. I teach here at the University of Louisiana at Monroe. I'm an associate professor in music.
I am Tina Malone. I am associate professor of dance at the University of Louisiana.
We were discussing, the whole piece that we were doing was about not just race relations, but how people see race and perspectives on race. And I think when we saw that image on the internet that had the lettering, I'm tired of being the angry black woman. I believe that's the image we saw, that on somebody's back, and we thought, Tina thought that was really apt for her perspective, or a perspective, a black woman's perspective. And so that kind of led her that way. And I thought it would, since the piece was really kind of supposed to be a dual piece, we thought, you know, there needed to be something on my back or something for me to say that was similar. So, I mean, and I think that we've seen enough, doing projects together, we've seen enough reaction, I would say, that we thought these might be apt statements to just kind of begin a discussion on the piece.
I just feel like that's just something day in, day out that I am really regarded as the angry black woman. I mean, first of all, for someone to think that doesn't even know me or even has a chance to speak to me, I just, it's troubling. It's very troubling. And I think also with this reality TV that somehow every black woman is just gonna come and cuss you out or just do something crazy. I think that's also just reinforced it on top of that.
Well, I when she explained the stereotypical statement to me that I really didn't probably get before she explained how that was a perception. The most troubling thing for me is that I'm just regarded as the white guy, which is a thing. I'm the ultra privileged, member of society, but that's not all I am, and I think that's the frustrating part for me.
I was about to say just over the years, there have been code words to refer to the black woman as angry, aggressive, confrontational, attack.
Sassy.
Sassy, not so much. I think it really just kind of blew, for me, sassy, no. I mean, I would say, if anything, when First Lady Michelle Obama came into office, and because she was speaking her truth, all of a sudden it was, oh, she's this angry black woman. No, she's speaking her truth, she's speaking her experiences. Just, the way that I approach things may not be typically how other people approach. If I don't feel the situation is agreeable, or I feel like there is just something not right about it, I'm gonna speak to it. I'm not gonna sit here and just take it. Or I'm not gonna not say anything, because I think that's also living in the South, that you don't speak. As a black woman, you're not supposed to speak. Whatever is told to you, you take it. You're never expected to say no. You're expected to say yes. So I think black women get angry when we assume that we are angry. And that's what makes us angry. You assume the worst about us, and you haven't even taken a chance to even listen to why we see that way.
I think from my standpoint, my the counter statement on my back was one of those that I think the white male is sometimes not given a voice today, because, as I said, we are the privileged person, and so we don't even get to enter into the conversation. And I think that's unfortunate. Like some of the when we have discussions, like some of the things she says, like I have no idea that she feels that perception. I have no idea about this stereotypical idea of the angry black woman, because it's just never crossed my path, but yet, because I am in this category, I am judged as the person who's partly responsible for that stereotype. And I that's a really frustrating thing, I think. It's the voices that are important, obviously, are the people who are, when somebody is in a situation where they're treated unjustly or unfairly because of their race, their gender, their sexual orientation, that is the voice that is obviously the most important. But I think we don't get to hear from, the other perspectives sometimes. And I think that is where frustration comes in, and people begin to just, turn off the conversation sometimes when they feel like they don't get to say how they see it.
When they do see images, I would want them to ask, well, why did you do that? You know, or why did you choose that? Or why is he sitting next to you with that on his back? Because as you said, they don't want to hear your voice in a conversation. But I haven't received that as of today. It's the silence I don't like. Because we premiered Perspectives in Houston, and there really weren't any questions about our work. And, you know, I had a discussion about that. I said, I'm really surprised that there was no feedback whatsoever about our work, except one about the beginning part where I was involved about the chair. There's a piece I do a duet with the chair. But I just said, is it because is Houston such a diverse city that they feel like what we're bringing in our piece does not concern them? Or was somebody scared to say anything? Because there's actually a picture of the Houston Texans kneeling, when the national anthem is being sung. Did they take offense to that? I mean, that to me, I was, because I want to hear all types of feedback. I want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want you to ask questions. Why did we choose that? Why are you saying this? What makes you think your perspective is valid? Hearing dead silence is troubling to me.
Okay.
And remember, one of the students, they had said they had this whole rally around the Confederate flag. So in one of our works, I'm wearing the Confederate flag, and there's a video that involves the Confederate flag. And then we also talk about domestic violence. So there's some movement there where we are recreating domestic violence interactions.
Yeah, I think that given the locale and the current state of things, I think that there's, when people go to a concert or a dance concert or a music concert, they don't always expect it to have strong subject matter content, whether it's, controversial or not. And so I think that part of the issue was just letting that be known. But I do think that a lot of the power of the works has to do with the imagery on the screen, in the context of what we're doing on the stage. So there's a moment, one of the pieces, where we are tied together that can be interpreted in a lot of different ways because the piece is about kind of racial violence. So we were interested in really the medium, like the idea of combining dance and music, and both of us kind of switching and doing the other artistic event, so to speak. So she does some playing and I do some movement. I don't like to call it dancing. But that is what attracted us to it. And we did not even want to, for a year or so, we didn't want to do anything having to do with race because it seemed not too easy, but too overdone. But then as society happens and as we engage with society, we felt kind of compelled to do that. And so when we do a show or a piece or whatever, we hope that people just simply see it as this is another picture of how somebody experiences this in life. And it might have something to say to you, it might not. And that's simply what we're trying to do, is give everybody another picture of what's going on and how we see things